Okay, so good morning everyone and good morning to our audience. This is Karthik Vishwakarma with the team of R.K.scrapers Academy, and today we are gonna have a debate in between us and a discussion because we are going to keep our points on the already going on controversy about the Aravali Hills. That is all about the nature and the mountains that are covering our India and have the part. And I would like to tell you some of the things, some of my points about the Aravali Hills. So actually, the discussion is already going on in the court and many areas, and peoples are protesting. But we have to talk about it. So let me tell you that Aravali Hills are very older hills of India, and they have one of the great, we can say, milestone of India because it's very older. It's around 3.2 billion years older, and Himalaya is nothing in front of it. Because I would like to tell you, it's older and it has the spiritual as well as so many of the things of India also because it is connected to the nature. Let me tell you that I find the whatever the decision was taken, I think that it was a little unjustified because I think that there are so many of the points which can be raised against it. Let me tell you that we already say so many of the times that save animals, but we are not just thinking about the animals which are there in the Aravali Hills because they have their shelter in Aravali Hills, and generally nowadays we are listening that animals are attacking here and there. So why are we not thinking about them? Because after Aravali Hills will be finished, then where will the animals go? And let me tell you that once if we will stop thinking about it, about the animals, so think about the human beings because we human are doing it and we human know that these points.
So yes, you are definitely right. I also think about such kind of the things that whenever we are cutting the forest, these are infecting to our nature, and whenever we are thinking about such kind of things, so animals will definitely come on our side and they will infect to us because we are just doing such kind of the things, and we are making so many kind of the things also that we have to save the animals. And for the saving the animals, we are taking many kind of the decision which has been already taken at the past time. But if right now we will watch such kind of the decision will be taken by the government and the forest will be cut, so there we all have the information about the forest, that there are the many kind of the information which are protected by the trees, that whenever it is getting the rain, so on that time also the soil is absorbed by the roots of the trees. So as I think that such kind of the decision should be not taken.
Okay, good evening to everyone. Good morning to everyone. Now I would like to keep my some own point of views on a very wonderful topic, on a wonderful thing that is connected with our nature. That is all about the Aravali. Basically, whenever we watch everywhere, even in the current timing, it is a very controversial topic about the Aravali. Now I would like to keep my point of views about the Aravali. Basically, these are the oldest mountain ranges, and these are the very important and the crucial thing for our India, which are situated in the northwestern part of our India, which covers the complete distance of the Gujarat to the Haryana, Gujarat to the Delhi. It's a very longest place. Even it is spread into the area of the 670 kilometer. But I would like to tell you one thing: as we are developing, we are forgetting about our roots. We are forgetting about that from where we all have grown. We are forgetting our roots. We are forgetting that those important things, but we are also harming to them. We all know that Aravali is a very oldest thing, which is also having the different kinds of the minerals, which is rich in the minerals like the copper, zinc. We can find the various things in it, but what we are doing due to the urbanization, due to our need, we are doing the deforestation. Recently we watched the decision of the Supreme Court. In some places it would be correct, but in my opinion I would like to tell you one thing, that yes, it is good and it is important for all of us to do to cut the some of the mountain ranges, some of the trees for our uses. But cutting the complete Aravali is not a good decision, is not a right decision taken by the Supreme Court. Recently it has been also changed that 10% will be cut, 10% will be cut by them, and it's a very good decision because as I think so that cutting the Aravali completely is will destroy our future, because in Delhi, in every places of our India, different parts of our India, we all are watching the different things, like the pollution is increasing, we are watching the smoke. So what the government is doing, what the peoples are thinking, that only by not burning, only by banning the crackers, burning of the crackers, we will be able to control the complete pollution. But no, for that you must try to control your activities, for that you must try to control your activities like doing the deforestation. For that, you must try to control your urbanization. Yes, increasing the cities and increasing the development of the nation is a very important, is a very crucial for the developing of our nation. But for that, forgetting from where we all have grown from where we all are living in this world, it is a wrong thing.
Yeah, well, good morning, everyone. It's Anil Dwivedi, and now I listen my many seniors, and now I would like to keep my some of the point of views on all about the rising topic, which is too much popular nowadays, which is all about the Aravali hills. So, firstly, let's know common information about the Aravali ranges, Aravali mountain hills. Basically, I would like to tell you that these are the oldest, and we can say that the oldest hills of our country. Okay, and even the Himalayas mountain are child in front of them. It's almost 250 years old. It's almost 250 years old. And I would like to also tell you that it's spread over four of the states, across the four states: Gujarat, Rajasthan, Delhi, Haryana, covering all that four states. And I would like to also tell you this thing that many type of minerals are available there. Many types of metals are each year, we can say, that found and carried out by the government and the companies. The name of the metals are like lead, okay, marble, zinc, copper, and etc. The different type of, we can see that animals are living there, different type of flora and fauna are living there. And recently the government, not government, the Supreme Court just carried out one of the new law or new rules and regulation for the mining as well as for the development on Aravali hills. The rule is more, if every each and every mountain whose height or length is not 100 meter, those in all those, we can see that hills, on those all mountains, the companies are allowed to do the mining, companies are allowed to do the development. And now here comes a point which is more than 90%, more than 90% hills are not longer than 100 meter. It means that 90% of the Aravali hills range is in now danger. So you can understand that how much concerning this topic is. But the Supreme Court, just we can see that carried out it, they are watching many advantages in it also. Because if the more mining will be there, so we will get more advantages.
So, good morning to all of you. So, my name is Shafali Singh, and I would like to share my knowledge with all of you that nowadays what happened that our Supreme Court on 20 November 2025, it has passed one of the act that Aravali, only the Aravali whose height is about 100 meters will only exist in this country, and the Aravali only exist whose height is 100 meter, and all of the Aravali whose height is not 100 meter, they will be just executed. So I would like to tell you the benefits that Aravali is giving to us. Firstly, we will talk about the ecology, that Aravali is acting as the divider between the Thar desert and the fertile lands. If the Aravali will be executed from the world, so what will happen? That the Thar desert will expand all over the Pakistan and even in the eastern, west and eastern Delhi. And what will happen if we will tell about the wildlife? So many of the endangered species are living in the Aravali. So what will happen? The species who are living in the Aravali, they are using the Aravali as the bridge, so they can cross from one place to another. So if we will execute the Aravali, so what will happen? That they will not find any way to migrate from one place to another, and what they will do, they will start breeding in their own species. So what will happen? So it is also known as the inbreeding. So what will happen? The changes will come in their DNA, and they will lose their immunity power, they will lose their reproductive health, and many more. So if these changes will come, these times of changes will come, so what will happen? Soon these species will depleted from the world, and we will face many of the problems. And if we will talk about water, so Aravali is acting as a sponge Means, as you all know about the sponge, that it holds the water. So what happens that whenever rain happens, on that time Aravali holds the water and it restores the underground water. So if Aravali will be executed, so water will not have any place to go, and it will start to bring the flood and the rough like situation in the country. So it is very bad for us. It is very harmful for us to execute the Aravali, but it is sometime somewhere it is very beneficial for us also, because if we will execute the Aravali, so we will have many of the minerals, we will have many of the marbles and the copper, zinc, lead, which is present there. So on that time, by using those minerals, we can make many of the things. So according to me, it is very beneficial also, and it is destroying also.
So as you are correct, and so I also want to keep my some own points about the topic, which is all about Aravali Hills. So as the judgment was passed by the Supreme Court, that was not totally wrong. Some way it is also a right thing, because if we are having the Aravali Hills, and that was the oldest hills, and we know very well that by that we are means our country is also getting so many benefits, and also we are not getting that much means Supreme Court has also passed the order, which they are also having some of means they are also having the some of kinds of thing that they want to clear, and also the restrictions were there, that means the 100 means those hills were cut, those are above 100, and means there were only above 225 feet over, they are also having means in 1500 kilometer range, there are so many hills that are only under the above 100, so that if they will be cut, so all the Aravali will destroyed. So this should not be happened, and also there will be so many things by which we are also getting the by which we are getting means we are getting the everything from there, and also the Aravali hills also having the power to catch the water, and also we know very well that near the Aravali hills there were many kinds of dams, and from there we are getting the water, and from the each and every place, means in the Haryana, Delhi and Punjab, and one more there was, and from there they are getting the water and the things they are getting, and if the Aravali hills will destroy, so the animal cannot be exist more and more in our India, so that should not be happening.
So I would like to tell you that Aravali Hill. So we know very well that it is very oldest hill in our India, and we know very well that for making and for developing our country, we are cutting the all mountains. And I would like to tell you that if we are cutting the mountains, so we should cut in limit, because we know very well that how much pollution is going on, and we know very well that near of Aravali, Delhi is also, and we know very well that Delhi how much pollution is going on in Delhi. So in from Aravali, the oxygen come from Delhi. That's why the Delhi do not means we can say that do not get too much carbon dioxide, and by which the carbon dioxide.
As now, as after a long time, I got a chance for speaking something about the thing about the Aravali Hills. As by my opinion, as the Supreme Court gave these things, so at that time, at the past, now our timing also, Aravali Hills are present, but in the they pass the thing that below the 100 meter they will cut all the mountains, but the thing was that in the Aravali Hills there are 93% of the mountains that are below that range. So the if as we are not saying directly that it is wrong, but if we will go to the way of the biology at that time, geography at that time, the thing states as that the monsoon coming from the Arabian Sea. It's coming and rising. All the mountains are stopping it, and all the valleys are stopping it by the straight way. But the Aravali is stating it, and waiting for it by the straight way, and it is and for that, and it is raised in the Rajasthan area and the Delhi, as the if the monsoon in many times the things are happening that in Delhi the rainings are happening, but due to that, in this we are thinking that these Aravali hills, there is a Risenium mountain, it is not very good, but it is helping the Delhi to be safe for that, but it is below that range, and if the things will be like that, so it the Delhi will be affected through that, and after that it will go and attack to the Himalayas, and in that there is one Himalaya that is called Nanda Devi, and at that Himalaya, what just every year it's attacking, not attacking, but going at that place, and after that the raining is happening in the Uttar Pradesh. But the things in this, if they will cut these all the mountains at that time, it will be plain the area. At that time, it will go at the front, and it will attack by its full speed. And if that at the past timing, the Aravali hills were used for stoppage, not the stoppage, but the breaker for that winds. But now this timing, if it will be cut it down, at that time it will go to the Himalayas, and after that it will bring the flood in the Bihar side and the Uttar Pradesh side, and that can bring the dangerous for us. And one more thing, that at the if we will talk about the one thing also of Aravali hills, it is stopping all the sand dunes and all the things to go to the Himalayas. But if it will be finished at that time, all the sand dunes and all the things will go there. At that time, the by the sun it is getting very high. At that time, it will melt all the ice, and the whole the water will be gone downside. So the flood can come by that reason. And if the Aravali hills will not be there at that time, the in that situation, the sand dunes and the sand, all the particles can come in or in our Madhya Pradesh also, and that can affect to our Madhya Pradesh as like the Rajasthan. That's the thing that the thing is major for us, why the Aravali hills is important for us.
Now, after a very long time, I got a chance to share my some own thoughts about a very wonderful topic that we have got is all about the Aravali Hills. So we know very well that Aravali Hills is the beauty of the Rajasthan and so many of the other states. As now I would like to tell some of the importance and some of the information about the Aravali Hills. So let's begin. So as we know that our Aravali Hills covers the area of about 500 to 600 kilometer, and also it covers the states just like the Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana. Then finally it ends in the Delhi, and with little bit it covers the area of the Delhi. And it's also the lifeline of the millions of people who are living, and mainly in the Rajasthan it's the lifeline of millions of the farmer and so many of the other peoples. And now what is just happening that recently we got the news that the Supreme Court has passed some of the act to means just because the cut the Aravali hills, means the mountains who are just above the 100-meter height. So when after this act, what just happened that so many of the farmers protested against this. They just raised their voice, whatever they want to say, that because as I said that this Aravali hills is the lifeline of the millions of people, so they just raised their voice. Then after began said after some time the Supreme Court also took another decision which can help to the farmer also. And as now if we will just talk about only about the Aravali hill, so we can say that if the Aravali hill will be cut by the so many of the person, and as after that act of the Supreme Court, so on that time the millions of people will just lose their life, millions of people will not be able to live their life comfortably, because it is just giving the minerals and so many of the things which we are getting by the Aravali hills. It's a very beneficial thing, and if it will not be there, so the millions of we can say that so many the farmers as well as so many the people will just lose their life. They will not be able to live their life perfectly. their lifestyle will change, because they are also depend on the Aravali Hills. So as per me, the action taken by the Supreme Court is a little bit good or little bit also bad also, because it is affecting to the life of the people. But it sometimes it is also we can say the giving profit to the government also. So both the things are here, that the decision taken by the Supreme Court is good or bad. But for the peoples it is bad, but for the government it is good. So there we should just try to take the necessary actions if we can. So that's my thought that I wanted to share about the Aravali Hills.
I would like to tell you that my own point of views about the Aravali Hills. It is very nature is very important for every person. But now this time government passed the Aravali Hills cut. But whatever we want, if we cut the Aravali Hills, at that time we face the many types of problems, just like a weather effects and the what how groundwaters affect too much to other persons. And now these times many places are near the Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan. And if we whatever we are cut Aravali Hills, at that time Rajasthan affect too much to other person, just like if we Rajasthan's dust came from stop the Aravali Hills. But now this time Aravali cuts, at that time they not take the put any types of harms, they gives the other person and increase the by day, and affects too much to other persons. And Delhi now this time, no, we all are facing many types of problems, diseases and anxieties in their life. But it is very effect to other person, it is very oldest place for every person. Now this
So good morning to all. So firstly, friend, today I'm going to tell you other topic which is all about the Aravali Hills. So friend, firstly I will tell you some information about the Aravali Hills. So friend, it is the oldest hills of our India, which is 3.2 billion year old. And also friend, it covers the 700 kilometer. And also friend, the Aravali Hills is known as the wall of the North India, because it is stopping to the Thar desert for extending. And also we are getting many metals from the Aravali Hills. For example, we are getting the zinc and the copper from the Aravali Hills. And now I have to tell you why Aravali Hills is in danger. When the Supreme Court has decided that they will cut a mountain whose length is less than the 100 meter. So when many experts are saying that if it will happen, so the Rajasthan, Gujarat, Haryana, Delhi and Punjab, that these states will convert into a desert. And also I have to tell you that if it will happen, so development of our India will be goal. Means when they are focusing on the development of India, but we
Okay, don't mind. There is no problem. Do you have any other points? Because these things has been mentioned by them already.
Sir.
Yes, you. Do you have anything?
Sir, I would like to tell you all that we don't have a schedule 6, because in a Mizoram, and there is means of 4 state who has a schedule 6, by which they means their government cannot affect their means state and their forest and their means, we can say that property on. And if they are affecting to that property, so on that time they will have to ask with the local person. So if we had a schedule 6 on that time, no one can be able to affect our means Aravali Hills. So that is my point.
Okay. Do you have any point about the what is the point has been given by the Madhu? What has been
Sorry, schedule 6.
Schedule 6? Do you have any information about this? Anybody want to give? Do you have any point more? Do you have a different point than?
So, good morning to everyone. My name is Preeti Rathor, and I would like to share my own point of view about the Aravali Hills. So, we all know that Aravali Hills is one of the most oldest hills in the world, and we also know that these hills are very important for Indians' environment environment as well as the diversity also, because we know that many types of diversity in the Aravali hills. There are many types of plants, there are many types of trees present in the Aravali hills. And the main point, that pollution, we know that there are many types of state like Delhi, Gujarat, Rajasthan present present behind side the Aravali hills. And the main point that if we cut the trees, so only the tree can stop the pollution, we also know, and only the tree can stop the only the tree can bind the soil. And it also happens
These
that
all things I think that he has mentioned already. So anything more do you have?
So,
Yes, yes.
whereas as per me, when means if they are just cutting the Arabi hills, so means as according to the means rule, according to the height of the hills, is 90% of the height, the all means about all the Arabi hills is under 100 meter, and if they will just cut those all, so it's the normal thing that whatever the hills will be there means which will just remain
So
there.
means of it, you are saying that the decision has been taken by the court is not good,
So
because
it's
they
good.
didn't watch such a things. They didn't read 95, 93%, and how many percentage will be there.
So it is good in some of the cases, but it's also wrong because if they will just cut it, so if they will just cut it, so whatever the dust, whatever the warm
Yeah,
airs will
this
come from
problems has
there,
been.
so the glaciers will just melt, and our whole India means it will just become as like a Thar desert. Means our whole India means 90%.
Yes, you would like to say anything about these things? Yes.
I need to tell you something that if the now this time the discussing about that the Aravali Hills by the cut the by the Supreme Court announcement, but I think that this is not discussed now this time. If we will talk that this is a discussing before the 14 years old, because the, now this time they are thinking that only their 8.7 percentage only they have a which hills height is a 100 meters, as well as because I would like to tell you that there is only 12,084 hills which is not completed to 100 meters height, but only there is a 1,040 1030 say 33 is the only hills which is completed to 100 meters height, as well as they are thinking that if we are cutting it, so what will they happen. So now this time I will need to tell you that the which is the district districts will be dangerous for the Delhi. If we are talking that the when air will be come the from the district, so maybe they brought the dust from the district, and which is completed to whole pollution, as well as now this time we will watch that the Aravali hills is protecting by their trees. If any kind of the air pollution is coming, means that it's a spread like a corona, as well as like a spread the cancer.
Okay, this problem has been mentioned by them already. Do you have any things, any ideas, any plans to stop these things?
Yes, sir. As we all are talking about the Aravali Hills of the judgment, but we don't know that this judgment is not passed on this present time. This judgment is already passed in the Rajasthan in before the 30 years ago. Means in 2006, this judgment already passed in that area, and now government what the Supreme Court has taken one particular decision that they will manage the whole judgment about the Arabil Hills, about the mining of all about those things. They will make that all design in a one way, because in the different states the rules and the regulation are totally different in the different state about the mining that is happening in the Aravali Hills. So this time what they happen, they combine the whole judgment in the one. That's why they what already passed in the 2006 in the Rajasthan, the same decision has taken by in this time for the whole four states. And they already mentioned about they will cut they will mining above the 100 meters hill which is present in the Aravali hills. So when now people are protesting in this time, so why people were not protesting that era before the 30 years ago? The same judgment already passed in that time. So why they are saying this all kind of things? But what happened that time when they passed this judgment? So that time 128 hills were that are actually coming in the Rajasthan, and 28 hills already destroyed totally after the mining, and that's the major effect that is we can say all the Rajasthan is very hot state for this because of this judgment. So now they what say that the industry has to follow different kinds of rule in the different kind of states. That's why Supreme Court already taken the decision that they will combine the whole judgment in a one way. That's why they passed that one particular judgment in the whole four states.
Yes, Ria, do you have anything?
Actually, I want to tell about a person, means the Environment Minister Gaurav Yadav. So, sir, he has introduced a very nice thing. Means we all said that the means the hills which are below
Bhupendra
100
Yadav.
meter. Yes, sir, Bhupendra Yadav. So he has told that means the hills which are below 100 meter. So we will not measure it from the like bottom. We will try to measure it from the like base of the hill. So on that time, means according to the investigation which he has done, so he is saying that 90% of the like hills are the safe, whereas means 8 or 7% of the hills are going to cut.
Okay, don't mind. Yes, you want to say anything about these things? This is right things, whatever she is saying.
Yes, sir. This things has been said by the Didi. So this is a correct that which hill is being cut by government. So that is only 90% is a safe and 10% is a is being cut. What happens just like what happens when they decided for cutting the Aravali hills. So they are saying that before Delhi is polluting due to reasons of the Aravali, because they are saying that when Delhi was when because what happens Delhi Aravali hills has circulated to Delhi from the three sides. Just like there are four states: Haryana, Rajasthan,
It
Gujarat,
has been mentioned already.
and also so these all things, and after it having polluted to that, and after that Delhi
Okay,
is
we will talk
polluting.
about there is any problems, which kind of pollution is there in a Delhi.
Yes, sir, the air pollution is increasing day by day in Delhi, and if we want to if we want to decrease the air pollution of a degree, so we will have to against that matters not too much, because I'm also agree, because Durga Didi also mentioned that one rules has been imposed in a Rajasthan also, but we couldn't see a bad impact. But as per my thinking, we can be able to see a many bad impacts having passed that bill, as like Aravali Hills work as like a walls, because as we all know that the Thar desert is also situated the west Rajasthan, and if means that Aravali Hills will be disappeared from that places, so definitely the deserts will increase and desert will reach the Delhi, and we all know that the Uttarakhand will be disappear in the map, because means that air will bring the many types of the scent, and it will bring
How
the
it
flood.
disappear? Do you have answers? Yes, how it will disappear? She is saying that which state?
Uttarakhand.
Uttarakhand will disappear. How? Do you have answers? No answers? Do you have? Do you have? Yes, yes.
Sir, if we will destroy the Aravali hills at that time, the climatical change what are occurring in our country, it will change directly. It will affect whole the ecosystem. And having stated this point, I just want to tell you that it is not about the matter of our Uttarakhand. It will destroy all the psychological system, ecological system of our country. It will not destroy the Uttarakhand only, because the climatical air which are coming from the Arabian Sea, Aravali hills are the base which are stopping them, which are giving them a next path for going ahead. So from this side, it will be destroyed.
Yes, Anil.
Sir, if I would like to say something related to that topic, the how the Uttarakhand can be destroyed. Have you ever listened 2013, the Uttarkasi has been flooded? Have you listened? That time the air and the heat waves, as well as the some of the monsoon wave schemes, the weather wave schemes up of the 10 meter the Aravali hills. That time that flood comes, the Uttarkasi was flooded. This was the mistake. Nowadays government said that many of the Aravali hills should be cutted by the people and the mining by the people. So that time these waves will come to the many of the states, not only the particular state, Badi, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, we are saying all about the India. As if there's so many the points which I can be oppose that bill, that law, that that judgment.
I will
Yesterday,
give you time, more time. I will give you. Don't mind. We are coming to the Sanus. Yes, Sanu, what would you like to say?
Okay, so good morning to all. My name is Shanu Kewat. So today I am going to share my own point of views about the today's topic, which is all about the Aravali Hills. So according to me, that Aravali Hills we need not to cut, because if we will cut the Aravali Hills, so there are many animals are living there and there are many families are living there. So friends, we need not cut that Aravali hills, because it will destroy the it will destroy our nature and our because they because in because many cities are going to polluted by the.
These things already has been mentioned by them. So I think that you have a new point. So I yes,
I would like
Sanskriti.
to add some points regarding the pollution in the Delhi, as AQI index is already rising in the Delhi. So, one reporter is telling in the news reporting channel that the Aravali Hills is stopping the pollution. They are trapping the pollution into the Delhi, but it is totally wrong, because it is not like that. We know that there are so many plants in the Aravali Hills, and because of the plants, the pollution will go, because the plant will absorb the carbon dioxide and many such particles, and it will not trap the pollution, it will reduce the pollution. So this is the wrong thing that is said by one reporter in the news reporting channel. And one more thing is about the mining and construction. The peoples are worried
When
that
there is a mining, where is the plants? They are doing the mining. The means of it is a different thing. There are so many
yes,
things.
sir, there is one different thing, that people are worried about the mining and construction. If the Supreme Court has given the order about it, and if they will not consider it as a hill, so then the people will go there and construct their buildings and do mining. So that's why people are worried about it. But the Supreme Court has not given the order of mining and construction. They have only given the order of that they will not consider it as Aravali Hills, but although the mining will not occur there, according to them, they will need permission with the Supreme Court for mining and construction on their places. They can't mine and they can't do any construction on their place. So that's the rule. People are not
Yes,
knowing
yes, this
about
is
it.
right.
so
Yes, you have yes.
yes, sir, this is the right point. That means most of the construction companies means were they construct at the illegal, means they were doing the illegal mining, and also means without measuring the means we can say uh, the perfect measure. They were doing the mining at the Haryana side. And also here is point which has been found by me, is that you all know about the Guru Shikhar, is that means there is the one highway has been made by the government, is that for the travel, for reducing the traveling time, right? So also for means because of these things, the Aravali has been cut, means the because of the cutting the, we can say, the Aravali, the desert is coming at the means at the Delhi side, due to which the scent is increasing day by day, and there is also becoming the hills of the scent we
The
get.
point is there is total difference. The Sanskriti was saying that the government and Supreme Court
No, sir.
didn't give
Actually,
the
she has.
decision about to.
Yes, sir. She has said right, and they were doing the illegal mining, and also here's point is the another point which, as I'm telling. So at the Guru Shikhar, there is a means a highway which I as I told you. So because of the decreasing the means the height of the Aravali, the scent is increasing the across the, we can say, Delhi side, and which is very means harmful for the Delhi side. And also we can say is that
Yes.
So I want to say that if government has taken this decision, so something is behind it, because the same point of view would have kept in the front of the court. And when I was searching about that news, so I found it that the illegal mining are happening in the Aravali Hills, and we all know that Aravali Hills come in the four state, and That's why the court decided that the Aravali Gill come in the one point of views, mean the Aravali Gill divided in the four state, and the every state mean the government can't do anything because every state government mean the government the had divided. So and also I founded that when the DSP of the Haryana went to the in the 2080 went to the Aravali jail to illegal mining, the person who has doing the illegal mining, so they suited to DSP Surinder Singh. So I think that court has taken this decision because they can stop the illegal mining.
Illegal mining. Illegal mining. Yes, I would like to ask with the Amit that what is the decision and why it has been taken.
If I would like to say some of the point which has been listened by some of the judges, but if I will say something related with before starting my views, in the yesterday the Honorable Forest and Environment Minister Bhupendra Singh Yadav sir said that one thing that the 90% of the Araval hills should not be cut by them, only 10%. But before that, when the court judgment come before the 2 days, why they were not opposing these things? The people are protesting. The wheel caste were protesting against the Aravali hills. That time I need to be understand that question, as well as one point sir has said that the why the government and the judge has taken these judgments. If I will say something related with the history, as you all know, watching the Chhattisgarh, am I right? Chhattisgarh, illegal mining and the mining are going on. Dharavi, one place where the coal mine are burning continue. You are watching the Dharavi as well as the Chhattisgarh. What is the condition of Chhattisgarh? Are it is developing or not? No, my dear brother. The Chhattisgarh also are a poorest state which we can be able to count after the Mizoram. But I would like to say the one thing SC and SC schedule which has been said by the some of the judge. But if I will say something related with that, this judgment is not totally right because of in the previous day why the government need to be give their response about the judgment of the high court and the supreme court of there. There's no need to be understand the emphasizing their right as well as the judgment of this case. If I will say that time the Aravali hills like 100 meter above, everybody are agree 100 meter above, as well as the 500 meter of the length which are including in the previous time this judgment has been not been imposed by their Supreme Court of the judge. But if I will say this is all about to be understanding, environment is totally different subject, my dear brother. The development, the government are saying that development, how when the machineries are working, the mining are working, that time how the people are getting the job, how the rural people how they are getting the job. This is the main point. And then nowadays the Chhattisgarh, the many of these states like Rajasthan, the Bhil Jati, Bhil caste are protesting against this because they were depending on their occupation like the some of the trees which are providing the some of the food they are selling. Now the many people are saying that government are doing right. But now, my dear brother, if I will say, if you are developing one people, so we need to be understand when our India's need to be developed, we must have to be understand when our geography is good, that time our development will be good. This statement not said by the government, as well as we all have listened that more educated people. If I will say I am a 10th pass student, when people are saying that the Aravali hills should be cutted by, but he didn't have the information about the geography, that how may be possible said you that if the Aravali hills is not available, that time many of the rivers are coming. How it will be
Not the
destroyed?
rivers we are talking about. We will know about these things with the Aniket. Yes, Aniket, would you like to say anything
Why
about
not,
the
sir?
what is about this decision?
Sir, firstly, this thing should be understood by all of us that why our government gave this decision to us. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Supreme
What is the
Court.
reason behind it? So actually, this is not the decision of our Supreme Court. Before the years, in the year of 2024, our government, BJP government, proposed this bill, whatever this, all the statements related to the Aravali Hills, that we want to give a specific definition of the Aravali Hills. We all know this thing very well. We all have mentioned this thing that Aravali Hills are not the part of a specific state. It goes or it is the part of more than 3 to 4 states. So all of them were making different types of definition of the Aravali Hills. As you said about the mining, so this is the biggest problem.
This is the major problem due to which our government or our Supreme Court gave this order, this judgment to us, that we should mention or we should cut the 100 meter of length more than less than 100 meter.
So how they will cut?
Sir, this is the problem now, because we have not seen actually the real judgment is all about that the communities, the parties has.
What is the real judgment? Who will tell about this?
Yes, sir.
What is the real judgment of the Supreme Court? Yes, what is the real judgment? Who will tell? Yes, Priyans will say.
As per me,
I think that he has
as
information.
per me, sir, the Supreme Court gave the real judgment that first at that time the 100 meter, the 100 meter, those the mountains will come, they will not consider and they will cut them, but they said that there will be made some of the things, but in the reality the things are different. They are now timing, they are thinking for doing the mining there, because if they will do the mining there at that time, 363 3 crore, they are if we will count at that time, the money, the profit will be there for the all the government and the people. If we will talk about the how much profit will be of the peoples at that time, it is not more than
Yes,
the
yes,
2 lakhs.
you have told about the profit. Man target was the profit. The government, Rajasthan government is not getting the profit.
The
So
problem is not about the profit. It is all about that we are not considering our points related to the 100 meter rule. What is 100 meter rule? Why we are considering, and how can we consider? How can we measure that our hill?
no, 100-meter wheels. What is the main reason that why the government, Rajasthan government wants such a things? What was the reason?
Sir, the reason is all about getting profit. They will
Profit.
get the profit.
The how much profit will be there? Because he told about the 600, 365
65
crore and something there. So
Yes, sir.
what do you know about these things? Do you have information about this?
But this is not about the profit. You all have listened that ICAR
Yes, Amit.
report which comes in the
Once
previous
again,
year.
start once again. Yes.
ICART report came recently. We are saying that this statement, this law has been passed by the parliament. There is no, my dear brother. This report has been provided by the forest minister, environment minister, as well as the state of their environment minister. That times one report has been imposed by our
The
parliament.
main reason is there. We were talking about such a thing. So the reason is here. The government has taken such a decision. Why? Which kind of profit will be got? The previous time they are not getting. Which kind of, so we are talking about that things. Okay, the problems will come. That is a main matter. Say we are thinking that the airs will come from there. Pollution will be increased. So whenever they will make something, so pollution how may be possible? There are trees available. I asked the previous time also that there are trees available in these hills or not.
Available.
So it is necessary to cut the trees.
No, sir.
If hill is how much older? I don't want to ask about these things. 100 meter, 200 meter, there will be hills, no me hills, but there is a tree. So trees should be cut or not. This is a main matter.
The
Yes.
parliament of the Delhi also in the Aravali hills located, sir. How many possible we can cut this?
That is the meat matter. So
Rashtrapati
why
Bhavan
they
also-
are increasing such a matter?
Actually, sir, real report has been
All
not.
about that. Why did our government give this proposal?
Why? No. The Supreme Court. The question is why Supreme Court has given
Actually,
the.
sir, the government are not provided the real report of the Aravali Hills. The Supreme Court. The Supreme Court are made one committee that the committee will search this is the real or not. That time the mining should be implemented by the our
Mining,
government.
the means of
Otherwise-
it for the being the minings, if you are want to do there, so you will have to take the permission with the Supreme Court,
Supreme
and
Court-
then after you can be able to cut. Otherwise, you cannot.
Sir,
It's a reality, so that 100 meter can be cut.
Sir-
Otherwise, there is no problem.
The one committee-
means of it, you are not understanding the matter. We
Sir,
are
they proposed
increasing
a very bad thing that is all about measuring 100 meter. From where will they measure?
100 meter.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
They said that they will measure the 100 meter from the nearby area.
Yes.
In the mountains, it is not necessary that the land will be same at all the places. We see that in a rainy season, when we go near to the flower, near to the watery area, at that time we see that the level of land is different, and they propose this thing that they will take or they will measure the 100 meter by the side of nearby area. This is the problem, na sir. If they will measure the 100 meter from the same base, so it will not happen. This is the main problem. Already
we are going very deep. So firstly, we have to understand this thing that we are not matter that they are doing. The minings were the very bad condition. So why they were cutting? So Supreme Court has taken the decision that without taking permission with me, you can't cut. So any government, if the government is giving the permission, so you will have to give me, submit the proposal, then I will pass that things, and then after you can be able to do. Na?
Yes.
There is no matter that you are doing something.
One
So
committee has been made by sir.
one committee has been
Not
made by
one,
them.
More than 3 committees were made.
Three
One committees were
committees.
made.
Okay.
I am not able to recognize their name, but 3 committees were there. And they proposed this thing last year in 2024. They proposed this.
Now before this some days the Supreme Court has made the
Supreme
state.
Court, yes,
Not I'm not talking about the state. We are talking about the central. Central government provide the one committee to the Supreme Court who will give the direct report to the Supreme Court. This is all about that bill.
It is good. I am totally agreeing with your point. Now just think that within 1 week or within 1 month, is there any committee who is able to recognize all those things, and is he able to give a proposal to the Supreme Court? Is it a
Maybe
matter
possible,
of
my dear brother. The India is developed. You all are watching like you are saying the India is developed.
why did the Supreme Court make a new committee?
Why
Already there were so many committees.
they were the Supreme Court authority. I am authority that I can do this.
So what is the need behind it?
The Supreme Court knows.
Already I am just
Supreme
taking.
Court knows the government are doing the wrong. Understand, my dear brother?
So this is what I said that last year the new committee, what the Supreme Court.
Okay, we
The
have
state
taken too
committees
much
were-
time. You already
It was
don't
not
mind about such a things. We have taken too much time, my child. We have to close this video. Okay, we will come into the points. You have explained very nicely. Do you have anything more? You were raising your hand. I do, Yes, you have. So you have a mic. You say start.
Okay, let me tell you that as we have discussed, but do you know about the case of Jharkhand? That,
I know.
Yes, because already these kinds of things were happening there. A team was made, a committee was already made there, and they said that 90% of the area should not be used of the forest reason, and 10% can be used. But still, the peoples and the authorities gave the permission that you can cut 100% of that. So how can the people not protest? Because they know that these kinds of things can happen in India, and that's why they are protesting.
This is the reason.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Finish these things. We have to. Now do you have something?
As sir, the schedule 6 as
Schedule 6. We stop that matter. Yes. Start.
so sir, as the schedule 6, it as Didi also told, but I would like to correct as schedule 6 was the thing that it stops all the things that they are the some of the areas there will be no the government who will state that this area will be cutted and this area and a square kilometer will be cutted by their self only, but the things will be asked by the government. But now for that thing only they, as in the Three Idiot there was the hero Sonam Wangchu. As what he did, he protested for and he said that these things are wrong, we also want the schedule 6, but they said directly that he is from the China side and he is opposing us. That's why they kept him to the Rajasthan side, and
He's saying correct. He's saying correct.
The Sonam Wangchu asking the government to 6th schedule as well as the brotherhood of the state. But now we are saying like the 6th schedule are the Ladakh also, because some of the hills also the government are protecting, like the Mizoram, Manipur, Sikkim, 7 sisters, the 7 schedules we are watching that there is no mining before the some year we are watching because the central government is protecting. But nowadays
Okay, don't mind. We have to finish. Point is clear. What he was saying, you didn't understand. Okay, don't mind. We have to understand.
The point was different about what the Priyan said.
Yes, yes, that was the different. Okay, don't mind.
To share something also that government is cutting the hills because they want to increase the so many industries and having cut the mountain they are
In a one day we can't cut, so we can make to the industries. It will take too much time, my child. Yes, we can't make to the in a one time. Okay, don't mind. You are wrong. Yes, you have to stop the video, my child. Don't mind.